Hello and welcome to Dinosaur Man News and Reviews. I'm Andy Hughes. I'm here with Alex Hudson.
Remember the 15th of November? The day we recorded this pod.
Would it go down?
For I know no reason why anyone who's sneezing would ever not want to listen to this pod.
Okay. Continue.
I think that's the end of the nursery rhyme.
Well, you look like you were ready to say more.
Yeah, I thought about adding another verse, but then I backed out.
Finish on top.
Okay, remember the 15th of November, gunpowder, treason, and pod. Mm-hmm. Wait, no.
Oh, no, this is an actual full rhyme. I always just thought it was those first two lines.
Yeah, I thought so as well, but maybe. I think it isn't. I think it's got more stuff to it.
A lot more substance than what we need.
Who made it up?
I don't think it doesn't need to look it up.
I think there is. Remember.
Wow. Because everyone remembers the gunpowder plot. Like,
Vamp.
Do people outside of England even understand what... But we have a day that celebrates the
terrorist plot.
Yeah. Like...
You don't get that these days, do you?
We celebrate, like... More people know... I think more people know the name Guy Fawkes than whoever the king was at the time.
Yeah.
In the UK, obviously.
Sure. Would you like to hear it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so the poem in full is this. Remember, the 5th of November.
Don't speak through it. People want this...
No, it says here, deliver at 2 times speed.
People want this as like an ASMR that they can fall asleep to. Not like that.
I'm giving them ASMR. How are they supposed to come if I don't do it? Okay. Right, so
read it.
Hang on,
your best
wait.
Radio voice.
Okay, so hang on. If we're doing proper ASMR, we title the episode as Guy Fawkes talks you through his plot to blow up Parliament.
Hey guys, it's me, Guy Fawkes.
You can hear the dripping of a leaky pipe in the basement of the Houses of Parliament. Bloop, 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 bloop.
Oh, we need to get that pipe fixed.
Here comes Guy Fawkes now.
Oh, him and his 8 legs.
No, he wore clogs everywhere.
He wore tap shoes.
Hey guys, it's me, Guy Fawkes. That's right, he's sort of a New York gangster.
Here he is, just emptying those powder kegs. Shakety, 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 shake. Shakety, 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 shake. Oh, they lit that match?
Any Guy Fawkes in here? No, just me, the little old lady who does the bins.
Crickety, 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 crickety. I recognise those tap shoes anywhere.
It's Guy Fawkes. Ah!
That's the poem, yeah?
Mm-hmm. That's actually the second verse. So yeah, happy Guy Fawkes to us all.
What does the poem read? Go on, read it.
No,
I'm
it's
interested now.
It's just why gunpowder treason should ever be forgot. That's the last line.
Well, you did speed through it.
Yeah. Well,
you've ruined it for us all.
I actually extended it quite a bit because I did a whole ASMR thing.
So yeah, guys, if you don't,
bloop, bloop.
You don't know about Guy Fawkes, there was a mini-series that starred Kit Harington, I think last year or the year before. I think called Gunpowder. Apparently it was really good. I saw one episode.
Kit Harington was in it.
Yeah, and it was good apparently.
Interesting. Okay.
Obviously, we know his best work was Silent Hill 2.
Pompeii.
But yeah, apparently it's quite good. But yeah, story of Guy Fawkes, the man who tried to blow up the House of Parliament, and we set off fireworks every year for him because of it. We upset dogs every year because of it.
I mean, it's interesting, isn't it? Because we celebrate the fact that it was a foiled plot. But therefore, people who are anti-monarchy shouldn't really celebrate it, because obviously it was an anti-monarchy thing. I think they hold their own things where they burn effigies of King James I instead.
No, they blow up the actual House of Parliament every year.
Wow.
We spend a year building it up, and then we blow it up every year.
And every year, Alan Moore has a grumble about how someone adapted one of his things to star Hugo Weaving. Okay.
Welcome to the podcast, guys.
Ugh.
The only podcast that talks news and
Does it ever feel like it's an ordeal?
No, I'm
asking the listeners.
We're the only podcast that talks news and reviews. This week, what will we be reviewing, Alex?
So, we will be reviewing Clemency, and we will be reviewing Aunty Donna's big old house of fun.
Well,
I had to bring up
look that up beforehand, didn't you?
Yes. I've got the IMDb page open so I can reference individual character actors who appear in one sketch.
I was excited to see what you had actually watched this week.
Okay.
Because I've never heard of it.
Should we do video games?
Yeah, before we get to movie reviews, let's go to movie news. Before we get to movie news, we take a little jaunt down that alleyway that is gaming news.
Blip, blop, blip, blop, blip, blop.
Oh, the House of Parliament are dripping again.
Oh no! Save the children! That's right, the children MPs who were there. Okay, what's the most stressful video game?
For me?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, what game stressed me out the most? I don't know. What about you? Is yours Alien Isolation, I'm guessing?
No, I'm going to tell you what it is because it's the game that has been... I mean, I'll give you a clue.
XCOM's pretty stressful.
I can give you top 5 from 16. So there's an official trial that's been done, a proper medical trial.
Oh, I saw this, I think, and they're actually pretty poor choices, if I remember rightly. Like, they're all weird.
Okay.
Like, isn't Fall Guys in the top 16?
Well, it might be in the 16 they tested, because it was only 16 games they tested.
Yeah.
Fall Guys is number 7.
And that's a game where you play a bean.
Yeah, but it's very stressful because you don't want to fall off. Okay, so top 10. Among Us, which obviously stressful because of suspicion.
I've been watching a lot of that. I don't think I'd do well in it, but I've been enjoying watching it. Like when I see like good people doing it.
Number 9, Town of Salem, the original Among Us. Among Us, fucking riding off the coattails of Town of Salem.
We spent so long playing Town of Salem.
Street Fighter is number 9, really. Battlefield V.
Okay.
For Vendetta. Fall Guys. Doom Eternal, a game that you never completed.
But a game, well, I haven't even started Doom Eternal.
Oh, wait, which one's that?
Doom Eternal's a sequel. I never completed Doom 1 because it got a little bit hard, guys, and I'm a little bit of a bad gamer.
Fortnite? I was stressful for me because I was dressed as a bush.
Maybe one day I'll upload that video onto the YouTube channel.
Dark Souls
It's 2 years out of date.
3.
Now.
You ever played Dark Souls 3?
All Dark Souls are stressful. I watched somebody playing Demon Souls earlier. Looks really good. Wish I could play it.
Call of Duty MW. I think they're missing B from the start of that. Yeah. It's the download thing where you drive an M5 around a battlefield.
It's one for the BMW
Wasting my
fans
sweetness
out
on
there.
the desert air. FIFA 20 is number 2.
How stressful were you playing FIFA 20? You played a lot of that.
I played a good deal of it. It's not that stressful. The only thing that's stressful is like when you pass and you've passed in a particular direction and it goes in a straight line the other way and you go, I don't understand how that's happened. FIFA 21, interestingly, has glitched on me so that on my manager mode, my manager is dressed in a full kit. And every time he meets other people to have a discussion about transfers...
He's in his full Fulham kit.
Well, no, it's a generic kit. It's just like a white kit with like green piping or something. But every time he goes to have a meeting with another manager, unless I think it's a manager that exists in the game, so it's like Frank Lampard or whatever... Unless it's that, what happens is he comes up against a doppelganger of himself to negotiate a transfer. It's very strange, which is why I've switched to the player mode, because I think it's maybe slightly less glitchy, although sometimes there are ghost players. Number 1, Mario Kart. I agree with this. Yeah. Baby Park, lap 7.
Yeah, Mario Kart Double Dash.
You got a lead. You've got a lead of 3 laps on people, and they still somehow manage to finish above you.
You know you're about to get absolutely
because
hit by
you've been hit by a chain chomp. The train.
7 red shells.
Yeah. You get a Bowser bomb straight to the face, and then you get 7 green shells direct hitting.
I think some of those choices are bad.
I would say Mario Kart is the absolute peak of stress because it is the game that is the least forgiving to. I mean, even if you've done well, it's the game that is least forgiving to you if you've done well, because you can always get hit off of a bridge by a dinosaur. And we should never forget that.
I think, though, that the most stressful game for me, as well, apart from that probably, is XCOM, because there's nothing like having a 98% chance to hit, and you need to get this shot off otherwise your entire team will die, and missing.
Yeah, I think the most stressful game is actually...
What?
A little game we call Life.
You completed XCOM, didn't you?
Yeah.
Maybe we should Twitch all of XCOM.
Nope.
Yeah.
Can't go back. Not now that Jesus Web's career's over. He survived so much. Anyway, movie news.
Another bit of gaming news.
Oh, yeah.
I was just going to mention this because I just think we need good stuff in our lives right now, don't we? Stephen Spawn, who is the head of Able Gamers, who is a gaming charity that basically their thing is that nobody should be left out when they want to game. Anybody who has physical disabilities should be able to have some way of gaming. So he created this charity called Able Gamers, and he was basically in September, he was like, it's my birthday, I want to raise £1 million this year for the charity. And it was a couple of days ago or yesterday, Twitch donated $1 million to his campaign, which is a massive amount of money for a charity like that to be able to do incredible things. Like, he's helped with like adaptive controllers for like the Xbox, and he does a lot of good stuff about people going, how can we make everybody, no matter their disability, be able to take part in a hobby that will be positive and enjoyable?
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's just really great stuff by that charity to have kept going and keep pushing to do all this great work, but B, forcing companies to look at their adaptive issues. So stuff like when The Last of Us 2 came out, it had like the biggest adaptive controllers that you could get in any game, because they went, we want every single person to be able to play this game. Mm-hmm. And I think the charity does great stuff, and it's really great to see that they are getting the funding basically that they wanted to be able to kind of push on with that. So like I said, it's been a pretty dodgy year this year, but let's celebrate some of the good stuff.
Are they getting it from government sources as well, or is it all reliant on corporations?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I think they get a lot of donations from the public. So, and I know like people like Dwayne Johnson and Ryan Reynolds have been involved in it and trying to get people to kind of put towards it. And I think a lot of it is, it's a charity basically.
Well, speaking of Dwayne Johnson, he is going to be producing a relaunch of the Scorpion King franchise.
Yay!
Okay, so Universal Pictures and Dwayne Johnson and Danny Garcia's Seven Bucks Productions are looking to relaunch a new Scorpion King movie and have set Jonathan Herman to pen the script. Jonathan Herman, what did he previously script?
Do you think, right?
Straight Outta Compton.
This is basically The Rock going, I can be in anything and it will sell, and I'm going to prove that by getting my most derided film I've ever done and doing it again.
Well, he's not going to be in it.
He'll be in it.
So they're getting a new actor to play the action hero, and as well as a director to steer the ship.
Oh, it'll flop then. I thought this was like The Rock was going to be in it, and I was like, well, it's going to make money, and this is literally just him flexing his...
Yeah, insiders on the deal, and it's likely he won't appear in any role in the movie, and given how important the property is to Johnson and the studio, there's always a possibility he could make an appearance when this film finally does go into production, but likely as a cameo.
I suppose he's got this kind of weird attachment to it. Like, while a lot of people didn't like Scorpion King and its 19 sequels, he's must have some kind of attachment, because it was his first major role, wasn't it? And, without that, would he have then continued onwards into kind of what he has become? So I guess he has got this love for it and wants to see it succeed. But I don't know anybody who's asking for it. Like, unless you're going to tell me that we're going to find a way to get Brendan Fraser back into this universe.
I don't think they're going to reboot The Mummy, though. That's the problem. Scorpion King was my very first ever role on the silver screen, and I'm honoured and excited to... Well, the Jumbotron, the wrestling is surely the silver screen. And I'm honoured and excited to reimagine and deliver this cool mythology to a whole new generation. The Fortnite kids, if you will. He didn't say that.
Dabbed.
I wouldn't have had the career I'm lucky enough to have had it not been for the Scorpion King and my ability to punch buildings. I am thrilled that we at Seven Bucks Productions can help create those same opportunities for other hardworking actors today. Cue him casting like a big star already. Just being like, I've kickstarted Ryan Gosling's career.
The next wrestler who wants to make the transition.
Yeah, Snitsky is going to be the new Scorpion King. Humble reminder of the timeless value of authentic storytelling. We'll see. We'll see about that. But yeah, written by the guy who wrote straight out of Compton, which is interesting. I think he's also one of the writers on the new Scarface remake. Yes, that is correct. Anyway, moving on. More news that has come out this week. Millie Bobby Brown considers her sort of, I don't know, parental relationship with Netflix by starring and exec producing the fantasy movie Damsel.
How old is she?
Like 16.
And she's executive producing stuff already. Like, she's doing well.
It doesn't say an age here, but I mean, to me, she's always whatever age she was when she was first in Stranger Things. So I consider her still to be probably about 10 years old, right? So yeah, it'll be her second exec producing role with the company after Enola Holmes. Reteaming with Disney on the fantasy film Damsel. So Damsel will be directed by 28 weeks later director Juan Carlos Fresnadillo, off of a screenplay by Dan Mizau, who did Wrath of the Titans.
Yes.
And Universal's in-development feature Cowboy Ninja Viking. Okay.
Is that the one that Chris Pratt was attached to?
Maybe. In Damsel, Millie Bobby Brown will play Princess Elodie, who thinks she's marrying Prince Henry, only to find out she's being sacrificed to a dragon.
Oh, no. Oh, that's quite a turn, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like they walk you down the aisle, and they're walking you down. They go, okay, you're going to have to go through the door to meet your husband. The rest of us are just going to stand back here. You need to go through that door on your own. She gets through, and there's just a giant pit and a dragon just there. And it's like, nom, 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 time for eats. Yeah,
nothing else is seemingly known about it at the moment, but yeah, interesting. So, clearly, you know, after the next Enola Holmes movie's done production, that might, or maybe this will jump over that. I mean, she's still got Stranger Things 4, 5, whatever it is. That'll be coming out next year, I think, once they finish it all off. Jake Gyllenhaal is going to be starring in Michael Bay's The Ambulance.
Okay, tell me more.
So,
please, I need to know
Jake
more.
Gyllenhaal, obviously, you know, give me an Oscar as quickly as you can, but that answer is apparently never. His work in that kind of field has also been balanced out with things like Spider-Man Far From Home, and he's now going full action star again. Michael Bay has decided to make his next film, working from a script by Chris Fedak, Ambulance, according to The Hollywood Reporter, which apparently has the feel of a 90s action thriller, Speed, but in an ambulance.
Well, let's be honest, Michael Bay's action has never left the 90s.
Though also heavier on character than some of them. So,
okay, but that's not a Michael Bay trait.
Follows two brothers. Gyllenhaal will play the elder of the pair, who steal an ambulance. Trouble is, there's already a female paramedic and a patient in critical condition on board.
Oh, no!
Why do they steal an ambulance? We'll find out.
Because they needed to get to hospital.
Okay.
I'm a good scriptwriter.
Dylan O'Brien is set to play the younger brother.
Who's Dylan O'Brien?
Dylan O'Brien is in...
I recognise the name.
He co-stars as Styles in MTV series Teen Wolf. He starred in the film The First Time with Britt Robertson.
Was he in the Maze Runner? Is he that guy?
Let's find out. Dylan O'Brien.
Is he the guy who's in the Maze Runner and got injured?
Maybe. Let's find out.
Oh,
Dylan.
Here we find out whether I remember my YA actors.
Okay. He's sort of... Thomas in the Maze Runner.
Okay, have you got a picture of him?
Yeah, he's sort of like a generic handsome boy.
Okay, yeah, I think he's the one who got really badly injured in The Maze Runner. I think he's in Love and Monsters, which is a new film, but that might not be him.
Okay.
I might watch that for the next episode.
Okay, well, the first thing that comes up is, does Dylan O'Brien still act? And also,
Maybe
does
not.
Dylan O'Brien have Snapchat 2020?
Oh, yeah, that was me. I was just trying to find out.
Hang on, is Snapchat 2020 a different app?
I was trying to get those 10-second pictures of Dylan O'Brien on my phone.
He is in a movie called Love and Monsters, you're right.
Yeah. I don't know. Is Snapchat 2020 a different app?
I don't know.
Are we showing our age by asking that question?
I'm not going to fucking look into it now, am I? Justice League.
Gonna look into it later, though.
The Snyder Cut will have only 4 minutes of new footage.
Bullshit.
And a new look for the trailer. I think what they mean is newly shot footage, potentially.
Then why are we giving him $70 million?
So, remember when Zack Snyder made a big fuss about his cut of Justice League was absolutely 100% done, only then to raise $30 million in reshoots to actually finish the film? $70 million is what we've heard. Well, it turns out the reshoots will add a very short amount of footage. So Snyder revealed during a interview with a YouTuber, Grace Randolph, that despite headlines about the stars of Justice League reuniting to film additional scenes, the actual total length of new footage won't be much longer than a post-credits scene. I will say that in the end it's going to be about 4 minutes or 5 minutes of additional photography for the entire movie. In the 4 hours that is Justice League, maybe 4 minutes. Let's just take a moment to breathe this in, says the article. I don't think we need to take a moment to breathe it in. There's going to be, some more stuff, and that's fine.
And the thing is, you'll never be able
vastly different look for Leto's Joker, by the way.
Okay.
Some water has gone under the proverbial bridge between when we last saw Joker in this sort of appearance. He's a road-weary Joker. Fat Joker. I want him to be Fat Joker.
I want him to be tired Joker. Tired, dad of 3 who's having to look after his kids as his wife goes to work because he's been put on furlough or something, and he's just like, oh no, I didn't realise looking after kids was so hard. Daddy daycare Joker, that's what I want.
Okay, maybe that'll happen.
It's Joker and Eddie Murphy. Mm-hmm. They open a daddy daycare. Mm-hmm. John Favreau was the other dad in that?
Maybe. No, hang on, Steve Zahn was one of them, wasn't he?
Was he?
Daddy daycare.
Was Eddie Murphy, yeah. Mm-hmm. I realise this episode has now just become Andy tries to remember facts.
It's alright, we only got 2 things to review. Jeff Garlin. Yeah, it was Eddie Murphy, Jeff Garlin, Steve Zahn. Jeff Garlin's Larry David's friend in Curb Your Enthusiasm. Oh, agent. Yeah, manager. Okay, cool.
Looks a little bit like John Favreau.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, okay. Do you remember there was a kid in Daddy Daycare who dressed as a superhero? Which superhero was it?
The Flash.
Yeah, correct. He's sitting on Eddie Murphy's back in the poster.
Thank you.
There's a dog as well.
Somebody thinks I don't know my Daddy Daycare.
Do you know who it was directed by?
Shh, I don't know my Daddy Daycare.
The director of Dr. Dolittle, Too Little. So, anyway.
What was that story we were talking about? Oh, Joker. Oh, Justice League. Yeah, we'll see. The problem is you'll never be able to call Zack Snyder out on this. So you'll never be able to say, oh, that was more than 4 minutes footage, because he'll just be like, no.
That was just the stuff that was cut already.
I recorded it all beforehand.
Despite the fact that in the background you see everyone wearing masks. Curious. And Superman is holding today's paper.
Always under his arm.
Sylvester Stallone is joining the cast of The Suicide Squad, according to the director James Gunn and Sylvester Stallone's agents.
Yeah, he posted a picture on Instagram, I think it was.
Yes, he said, always love working with my friend, official Sly Stallone, and our work today on The Suicide Squad was no exception. Despite Sly being an iconic movie star, most people don't have an idea of what an amazing actor this guy is. I mean,
he's done some good stuff.
Yeah. He's done a lot of good stuff. 40 years ago.
Hey, he's good in Creed.
He was good in Creed.
Yeah, so that was not 40 years ago.
Okay, fine. He's done one good film since the 80s.
Fill yourself up on those words, my friend.
Okay, fine.
Dine out on them.
I think he's good in Creed. I think he's better in Creed than he was in Rocky, and I think Rocky is still his second best thing. So it's probably not a great career in terms of acting pedigree.
You're forgetting Stop and My Nan Will Shoot. Or Mom Will Shoot.
Stop and My Mom Will Shoot.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
You gotta stand by that is a great performance.
Sorry, you seem to be getting Cliffhanger, was that him?
Maybe.
You seem to be forgetting, what's the one in the tunnel where there's a fire?
Okay.
What's that one called? It's called something.
Speaking of...
it's only going to be a cameo anyway, surely.
Yes.
Because I thought they'd finished filming that entire thing and they were in the process of editing anyway.
They are still shooting, I believe.
Oh, I thought they'd finished.
They are still shooting additional photography. So I think they're doing reshoots now.
So throw a cameo in there.
As
Backdraft. Backdraft is the film. And there's a fire in a tunnel. and he has to go in there.
I agree. Good. Glad we cleared that one up. Constantine 2. Now, this information I couldn't find verified on any real reputable websites. I only found it on Screen Rant, and I think We Got This Covered or something.
Oh, never trust We Got This Covered.
So I'm on a website called small-screen.co.uk.
Apparently, it was on his Instagram.
It says it's been revealed by Peter Stormare that Constantine 2 is currently in the works, which means we might be getting to see Keanu Reeves return as John Constantine. This news was revealed via Stormare's own Instagram account. I don't know if just no reputable sources have picked this one up yet. Do I need to go to his Instagram?
Well,
I suppose, to be fair, it's a recent... Is it a recent article?
I don't know, I saw it. And
you told me about it a couple of days ago. This article was published today, which makes me think that if small-screen are only getting to it today, and We Got This Covered were the first two covered
Yeah,
this.
but We Got This Covered are apparently notoriously bad. So, like, they're one of those sites that, like, you just don't trust.
So you know what I'm going to do? Oh, hang on. Lad Bible have also said that it's true.
No.
So if we're now in a position where we're getting all of our links from Lad Bible...
Yes.
Okay.
They will hire us one day.
Oh, which page 3 model would you like to have dinner with? Is that a thing that they did?
No, they're not that anymore, are they?
They used to be. When we were at uni.
Yeah.
Uni Lad Bible, they were all the same.
Now they're all the same company, basically. But one day they might hire us as the official podcast of Lad Bible.
If that happens,
Would you want to be
I'll
that?
fucking quit.
Would you want to be that?
I'd rather be independent and 25 people listen to me.
God, if only we could get 25 people to
I know. Where am I getting those numbers from? If you said to me, here's the trade-off. You can either work for Lad Bible as their official news and reviews team and get paid, I don't know. Well, okay, let's just say listenership.
They paid us our current wages, right? So you're able to live like, the same life you live now.
I can quit my job.
Yeah. But we are now the official podcast of Lad Bible.
Ugh. It's a tough one, isn't it?
I'd do it.
You reckon?
Yeah. Why not?
I feel like I'd always have that millstone round my neck of I'm representing Lad Bible. If I went to like a premiere or something, or like a press junket,
is that big of a
I'd have to say, Alex Hudson for Lad Bible.
I do always think, like, when you see them in interviews, like, because they do a lot of, like, interviews, like, big stars now, I'm like, you have to say that your name is Lad Bible, and...
Yeah. I think that's worse. For me, okay, so here's the thing. You know, Vice News? Yeah. Fundamentally, they go against everything I believe in, because obviously, you know, I'm a square. But
you are a nerd.
But I would rather work for Vice News, because at least that seems like it's at least a reputable channel, as opposed to Lad Bible, which is basically an internet Facebook page.
Yeah. There are a lot worse places to work for.
Yeah, Alex Hudson for You Laugh, You Lose. Alex Hudson for Overheard at Hull Uni.
Hi, Andy Hughes for Spotted Nottingham.
Yeah, Alex Hudson for Buying and Selling Things in Local Area Facebook Marketplace.
Hi, Andy Hughes for I was first in Mario Kart and then someone blue shelled me. Do you remember when that used to be Facebook? It used to be lots of groups of just here's a comment that that is like something you'll agree with, and then they were all just meme pages.
Yeah, I don't really remember all that many meme pages, but I guess you're right. Wow, so much news this week. Lilo and Stitch is getting a live action movie.
We knew about that, didn't we?
I don't know.
I feel we did, but I think this is about the...
Okay, John M. Chu is in talks to direct.
Crazy Rich Asians guy, yeah?
Oh, God.
Which, one day, guys, I know you're shouting at your microphones, because you all have microphones too. And you all say...
Shouting at your microphone.
And you all say, Andy, you said you would watch Crazy Rich Asians to see whether Henry Golding is actually a good actor or not.
Call it what it is, craisins.
And I did say I'd go back and watch it for the first time. I haven't done it yet, guys, but one day I'll do it. Okay, one day I'll find out whether Henry Golding is good.
So he's also
Henry Golding can never come on this podcast, can he? I'm sure he's a
not
lovely
until
guy.
We're promoting Lad Bible. Hi, Henry. Alex Hudson here for Loud Bible. Why does my co-host hate you?
I don't hate him.
He was fine in The Gentleman, I think.
I've not seen that either. Okay, guys, I'll go back.
But he didn't do anything in that was like, oh wow, we've been sleeping on this Henry Golding. But also at the same time, he didn't do anything where I was like, Andy's very harsh opinion of this guy is completely justified. John M. Chu is also directed In the Heights, the Lin-Manuel Miranda musical.
Can't wait.
That's going to be debuting next year.
Honestly, one of my most looked forward to films.
You just love a musical.
I do.
Next year, it's going to be that, West Side Story, and...
I don't really like West Side Story, but carry on.
Why do you not like West Side Story? It's because you don't like immigrants.
No, because I'm wanting to watch In the Heights.
I think you're going to say, no, because I am an immigrant.
No, West Side Story is one of those, but like it was always...
Is it because it's based on Romeo and Juliet and you think that Shakespeare's for nerds?
No, it's a lot like... It reminds me of all those kind of ones. I saw it at a time when it seemed old. So that kind of like stuff like... what's the other ones I'm thinking about?
Oh, but now everyone's putting hip-hop in musicals. I guess we're all fine.
Yes.
Hip-hop's old. Hip-hop's been around for ages.
What's the other one I'm looking forward to? All About Jamie.
Yeah, everybody's talking about Jamie. Yeah. All About Jamie, if you want to give it a new title. So those are going to be your three most anticipated for next year. Interesting. I
feel we're slowly descending into chaos.
So yeah, Chu is going to be directing the Hawaiian set Lilo and Stitch. He's currently working with Disney on the Willow TV series for Disney+. What's interesting about Lilo and Stitch getting a remake, live action reboot, is obviously they've actually found a real alien, and I guess they're gonna like do whatever they do. What's fucking Lilo and Stitch about? A girl who likes surfing, right?
I have never seen Lilo.
Neither have I. I think it's a girl who loves surfing, and she finds an alien who's been experimented on by the US government
that loves surfing.
What if this is like a really critical look at the way that the US government treats prisoners
and aliens?
I don't know. Well, I'm less concerned about what we do to aliens, because as far as I'm concerned, if they come down here, they probably deserve it. You can see from far off that this planet is no good.
Yeah, just look at us.
You don't need to get down here to eye level to work out, well, this is no good. Like, this is why... So, like, films like Men in Black didn't make any sense to me, because, like, who would fucking set up in New York City? And I know that they made a joke and were like, New York City, yeah. These people who look like freaks, they just fit right on in here. It's like, yeah, funny joke, but at the same time, why would an alien come to, like, a really fucking weird old place?
Maybe just keeping a finger on the pulse that, like, they're going to do something stupid sooner or later, and it's probably going to put the rest of space in jeopardy.
Oh,
like,
God.
If anyone's going to open a black hole in the middle of the universe, it's going to be humans. Yeah. They don't know what they're doing.
Mads Mikkelsen is set to replace Johnny Depp as Grindelwald in Fantastic Beasts 3, it's been reported. He's apparently the first in line for their choices and is in talks at the moment.
My big question for you on this.
Yeah. Do you want to see this film? No.
As a big Mads head.
Yeah.
Would this make you more likely to see it?
No.
Because obviously...
No.
I know you hate Fantastic Beasts.
So here's the problem. Is that you're casting Mads Mikkelsen in the same role that he's been cast in for the last 10 years now, basically, of just, vaguely foreign villain.
Yeah.
I've seen him do it better, I imagine, so I don't need to see it again.
No hand has 5 of these films.
Okay, let me put it this way. When Doctor Strange got released, I wasn't seeing that because I was seeing that for the podcast more than anything else.
They absolutely wasted him in Doctor Strange, though, as well.
They really did. Is he dead in that?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
But yeah, absolutely wasted him because he's such a good actor. And they could have.
Because the only thing I remember is he had like really bad crow's feet, didn't he? Like that was his thing. Was that his eyes were a little bit wrinkled.
But so No Hand has got 5 of these films, and this will be the third one, and it'll be our third version.
Why don't we just switch it after every one?
Who else do you want?
Actually, you know what I want? This one to have 4 different people playing him, much like Dr. Parnassus. That's right.
Okay, 4th one. Who do you want it to be?
I think they should take a left turn. Glenn Close.
Okay, and 5th?
And the final one, Millie Bobby Brown.
she executively produces it.
Yeah, and it turns out she's executively produced every Harry Potter project since before she was born. Think about that. The first Harry Potter film
Came out before she was
born.
Wow.
I don't know. She might be like 25, and I don't know this now. Let's find out. Right, so...
Let's just never know. I feel we should never know Millie Bobby Brown's age.
Oh, well, I mean, I can tell you now, I don't think she's... Yeah, 16 years old.
And when was the first Harry Potter?
2001. So, she was born after Rat Race. She's P-R-E. Right. I'm thinking of the last letter. P-R-R.
Wow. Because obviously
sorry. B-R-R. No, wait. A-D-D. ADHD I'm thinking of. What am I thinking of? B-C-E.
You would think there's some ADHD going on.
Is this our worst podcast?
I think this is great. We're flying by the seats of our pants, guys.
Yeah. Plenty of good stuff that's going to be clipped out for the headline a bit that you post.
Yeah, last week was dry. This week can't be called dry.
Yeah, this week, wet. This is a real wet ass podcast.
I'm pretty sure this is the second time you've said
I said white ass podcast before. This week it's just a wet one.
What was I going to say? What happened, guys, was we came into this episode knowing that we have like two things to review.
Yeah. I mean, I really like the thing that I'm going to talk about, and I'll talk about it quite a lot if you want.
The problem is, whenever we go into an episode like that, this happens.
Yeah. And we should always presume we've got loads.
The more that we have, the tighter it becomes.
Yeah. We need to have more urgency.
We are loose.
Okay, so you've seen episode 3 of The Mandalorian.
Oh, is that all the news done?
I'm not going to talk about the Quiet Place thing because I can't be asked to even read the article. The Quiet Place is going to get a spin-off by Jeff Nichols for some reason, based on an idea by John Krasinski, which is presumably John Krasinski is back alive in this one, so therefore, like, John Krasinski can be in it. Anyway.
Honestly, I forgot.
It's Fear the Quiet Place is what they're doing.
I forgot Quiet Place 2 hadn't been out. I might have mentioned that last week.
You did mention it last week. That's the thing that mentioned last week. Anyway, you've seen episode 3 of The Mandalorian. What did Mando get up to this week?
So Mandalorian episode...
Oh, sorry, hang on. We need a new sting for this bit. Mando watch!
Nice.
Okay.
I liked it.
I didn't like it. Please talk for a second because I've got to refill my mouth.
So this week, Mando went off to a planet to try and... So the whole series seems to be him trying to find more Mandalorians and find Jedis to be able to deliver Baby Yoda to.
Okay.
And this was him basically going to a planet where apparently Mandalorians were.
Actually, why did I ask you for a plot summary? Did you do that last week?
No. He met some people, and they did some stuff. Nice because you saw kind of little kind of remnants of the Empire in this one, because obviously this is a post-Death Star 2 world. And Baby Yoda does some fun stuff. There's a bit where he's eating some chowder, and a creature clamps itself on his face, and he's just like, ah!
Sounds funny. I can't wait to see the memes.
I tried to find one yesterday to send you, and I couldn't.
Okay.
But then Mando's like, stop playing with your food.
That's funny.
And yeah, basically Baby Yoda just eats a lot, and it's great.
Okay.
He didn't eat any eggs this week,
though. Out of how many Baby Yodas do you give it?
Oh, so I think this is probably the second best episode so far this series. I'm gonna say the first one I think is like a 5 Baby Yoda. Like it's just really good. The second one is good for Baby Yodas, so because I haven't rated them so far, I'd give that one maybe a 3. But this one's probably a 4.
Okay.
Yeah, 4 is probably fine. Really liking it still. I love the Mandalorian theme as well.
Yeah.
There's like a vignette that is played through all of them, and I think it's just a really nice bit of music, and feels kind of almost like Space Cowboy.
The song?
The Jamiroquai song.
Moving on
up.
Oh man, what a week.
We didn't watch much this week, guys, because we started watching Schitt's Creek. That's fun.
Yeah, we're 5 years late to the party on this one. Yeah, it's good
You
so
watched like
far.
10 episodes.
It's fine. The thing that I would say about Schitt's Creek is that it is basically Arrested Development, but 10 years after Arrested Development. And I can't necessarily understand what's all that different about it, other than they seem less self-involved than Arrested Development.
I think the characters are less of a caricature.
I think they're more of a caricature in this.
I think Arrested Development, what makes that work is the fact that they are all weird kind of clowns. And I think that's what makes Arrested Development brilliant.
I think what makes Arrested Development good is that I think they are stranger characters, whereas these just seem like very, very rough sketches of a celebrity family.
Yeah. And
I'm finding that hard to get around at the moment. I think there's some good writing sometimes. I think it's got potential. I'm sure it will be good.
I'm sure we'll get another series. I think it's one of those that I think will get stronger as time goes by.
Well, as time goes by, it got stronger as time went by, famously. Swing and a miss for old Hudson. Wow. Okay, moving on. Do you want to talk about Aunty Donna?
Aunty Donna's Big Old House of Fun is a Netflix series. It's 6 episodes long. It's by Australian sketch troupe Aunty Donna. And they've been doing stuff on YouTube for a long time, been touring and that. Basically, they were given the opportunity to put it as sketches. And it's quite absurd comedy. Nothing really kind of follows. Like, there's no real plot to the episodes. So I saw an interview where they talked about how each episode has 2 lines of information at the beginning and 2 lines at the end that will basically bookend it. But that doesn't mean the bit in the middle is anything to do with what they're talking about.
Yeah.
I really like it. I really like the guys as well. I've been watching them on YouTube quite some time, and I think they're very good at doing this kind of weird kind of it's some of it's pretty clever, some of it's not, some of it is very much a case of we're doing the lowest common denominator here, but they do it very well. It's got a lot of really good people in it as well. Like, it has a lot of good cameos, and it's very good at kind of, so by the time you get into, so it starts out very much, the first episode I think is brilliant, and it starts out very much kind of like, this is on the level, this is your entry point. By the time you get to the 6th episode, it's like, yeah, things have got weird now. They're allowed to just do what they want. And it has these things where it's got callbacks to the previous episodes in it. I just think it's a really well put together series. There's moments that made me literally cry laugh. And there's one bit where I literally couldn't catch my breath because it made me laugh so much. I really like it. I don't think it's for everyone. And I'll be very clear. I think I've said to you, you might not enjoy it. I've seen people say that it's a lot like Tim Robbins' I Think You Should Leave.
Yeah, Tim
Robbins. Which I know that you're a big fan.
Yeah. I think, well, with any sketch comedy show, it depends, because there are people who have zero tolerance for any sketch comedy. There are people who have tolerance for some sketch comedy. And then there are people who have tolerance for all sketch comedy. Yeah. And you'll know individually which camp you fit in, I guess. And
I think the difference between, say, this and I Think You Should Leave is I think this is a bit more in your face. And if you don't like that element to it, then you won't get on board with this. But, you know, you might like it.
Maybe I will watch it and find out.
I really enjoyed it. But like I said, I'm very aware it's not for everyone, but I think the people that it does hit for will absolutely love this. Like, the people who get it and go, yes, I'm into. This is hitting my kind of humour, will absolutely adore what they've got here. And I think it's hitting well enough that potentially they could do more, and I hope they do. Like, I think they are very funny people. I think they are very clever people. And I like to see them do well.
Good. So that is available on Netflix, yes? Yes. Okay. Moving on.
Clemency.
So this is from writer-director Chianye Chukwu, and follows basically the life of a prison warden played by Alfre Woodard, called Bernadine. And it looks at the toll that the death row system and that the death penalty has on not only the inmate who is receiving the death row sentence, but also on the people who have to administer the lethal injection, the ones who have to actually, do the sort of living with the killing. I think it's a really strong film. It's a very powerful, and it's a really understated and yet very emotionally involving exploration of how that toll manifests itself on different people involved in the process, because not only the prison warden, but the chaplain and the partners and wives and husbands of these people who are also, and then the lawyers who represent these prisoners as well. Astonishing performances across the board is what I would say. I think Alfre Woodard is clearly the star of the show here, but there isn't a bad performance in sight, and this was one of the ones that was sort of overlooked at the last Oscar season, because it came out here this summer, but it came out in the States in time for Oscar eligibility last year, and everyone was sort of saying, oh, well, Alfre Woodard should be up for Best Actress here, and nothing. And I'll tell you now, this is one of the best performances I've seen all year.
Yeah.
Not only that, but some of the supporting performances. Aldous Hodge plays the inmate who's on death row and just is phenomenal. Richard Schiff plays his lawyer and just, again, is fantastic. Wendell Pierce is Bernadine's husband and puts in a really great performance. I think there is a real complexity to the writing of it, because it's not a film that overstates its message, because really the message is there for you to interpret the way you want to interpret it, I think. But certainly from a character point of view, you can see what Alfre Woodard is doing with Bernadine and what she's trying to bring to the character. And I think it's a fantastic performance. I think Aldous Hodge is really strong in this role as well, because it can't be an easy role to play, that, a man condemned to death for something that he may or may not have done. And I think there's, there is seemingly evidence to say that he shouldn't be on death row that has come out since his conviction. And yet, will he be granted this sort of clemency by the governor? And it kind of feels like there is this human battle that is being waged between doing this job, or as they call it in a profession, and still maintaining who you are as a human. And there's a really great line where Wendell Pierce says to Alfre Woodard, I don't know if you want to continue living your life in fragments. And I think that kind of sums it up, is that potentially there is this thing of every time you end up having to see this process, there is another part of you that just goes, and you become less whole and you become more hollow. I think it's one of my favourite films of the year, and I think it's astonishing that Alfre Woodard didn't get recognised for this, because it's a performance that is, it's not astonishing, because at the same time I can understand it's not what the Academy go for, because it's not a showy performance. But by God, it's a great performance, and it's a really, really strong, understated, whilst telling you everything through very little dialogue. It tells you so much just from the way the characters walk or stand. There's so much that's going on under the surface. And I think it's criminal that she wasn't recognised, because, I can't even remember half of the nominees from last year, but I guarantee I would have had this in there. So it's called Clemency. It's available to rent or buy on streaming platforms. I think it will be worldwide. Yeah, because it's been out in the States since last year. But yeah, certainly I got it on Amazon, and I think it's terrific. Would recommend.
There we go, guys. Another would recommend, and another bingo card entry for one of his favourite films of the year.
Oh, it won't be film of the year, though. I'm going to tell you that now. I think it's really, really good, but it won't be film of the year.
Because that, guys, is going to Sonic the Hedgehog.
I've got it narrowed down to 3 at the moment.
Oh my god.
I think that's pretty good going. Okay, that's it.
Yes.
That's all we've got for this episode. All of a sudden, got tired.
We did it, guys. It was all loose until we got to reviewing, and we went straight in with reviews.
So this is the thing. If maybe we did the reviews at the top and then went into news,
then news would be tired, and that's nobody wants to.
No, I don't think it would be. I don't think it would be at all. I think we would be focused for movie reviews, and then we'd get to the news and we'd just have a lot of fun. It's just silly.
He says this, but
I mean, it's how we do it already, except just the order's reversed.
If only you knew. But guys, if you like the episode, subscribe on whatever podcast app you listen to. Share it amongst your friends.
Yeah, if this is your first episode, then why, first of all?
Congratulations, you came to the fun zone.
If this is your first episode, I think that's bad. I think there's better episodes.
We are...
Not last week. I think last week's is more tired.
We are on socials, or on Facebook, Dinosaur Man Podcast.
TikTok,
Twitter,
Dinosaur Man 15.
Have you started on TikTok yet?
I do my TikTok dances.
We are not on TikTok.
Well,
we are
okay,
on Twitter and Instagram.
Here's the problem with TikTok. I'm not hot enough for TikTok.
Which is why you would do great.
Instagram, if you're posting content, you can kind of get around it, because if it's just like audio clips or whatever, or like pictures of your food, you don't have to be hot. Like, I'm not hot, but people like my photos. But if I'm on TikTok, you damn sure better be either hot or good at dancing.
And you're both.
And I'll tell you this now. If I was good at dancing or hot, I wouldn't be sitting here podcasting with you.
I've seen Hudson Shuffle.
I'd be earning millions in Vegas as a showgirl.
I think you're having an anaphylactic shock, but it's a great move.
Am I allergic to anything? Yes. Mosquito bites.
Bad content.
Black fly bites, maybe.
Bad content is what you're allergic to.
I should be medically dead by now then, because the amount of stuff I've poured out of my stupid mouth.
Yeah, we're on Instagram and Twitter at DinosaurMan15.
Yes. Everywhere else,
on YouTube
Dinosaur
as
Man.
Well.
Just Dinosaur Space Man.
Yeah, pretty much search that and you'll find out where we are.
I guessed on a live stream last week, guys.
Yes, you did.
I don't want to seem like I'm rubbing my own trumpet here.
But no, if you
That's right, rubbing my own trumpet.
If you go on YouTube and search Talk and Review.
I don't look good in it.
Talk and Review.
Not a flattering angle.
They do a live stream every week. It's normally every Sunday.
Fragrance.
Sometimes
and
Fridays.
Movies.
And
two very popular bedfellows.
Alex was guest on there last week. It was really good live stream. So if you search that, you'll see last week's one where you talked all sorts of things, didn't you?
I did. 90s Avengers. Fragrances that I love. Yep. One fragrance in particular, which I now have. Oh my goodness. I can't wait to try it on.
But yeah,
I'm a lot of fun at parties.
They're really good guys, Talk and Review, so check them out. Johnny Needs did the theme song as ever. This week it was...
Don't worry about that bit. That bit is less important now. It used to be a thing that we used to sign off saying, don't go space crazy, right? I think do go space crazy, because that's when all the fun happens.
Well, thank you, Alex. You have been the host this week.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you've also been the host. I left you to pick up a lot of the stuff at the end there, because I do it every week, and I'm tired.
Until next time, guys.
Okay, you say what you were going to say, because I was just going to say super tired sounds like super tramp.
Till next time, guys. Super tired sounds a lot like super tramp.
Don't tell me it doesn't. It is factually true.
It shares one of the words, so yes, I guess you're 50%
and
of the way
tea
there.
And the tea. Thank you. Okay, bye guys. See you next week. Next week we're going to have more reviews, and then the week after. Is it a special edition next week?
I think it's a special one the week after.
Okay, guys. Okay, if you stuck around to the end, right? All the losers have gone now. Right,
we got rid of them.
All right, all the virgin nerds have left. Now it's just us cool guys.
Hey guys, I'm coming back.
Oh no, the virgin nerds are back. Okay, so just the two virgin nerds here hosting. No, so there is some exciting news, and we wanted to get rid of the shit munchers before we told you guys the Legend Squad. Okay, so in December, Dinosaur Man doing Christmas.
Yes.
I don't know what you're thinking. You've made a lot of hollow promises on this podcast before.
I remember Halloween.
I remember Shocktober every year since the year that the Sidecast did it. And yes, correct. I've made a lot of false promises, and I overpromise, underdeliver is my motto up until this point. However, we've had some good ideas for Christmas. I think this year there's a lot of Christmas stuff that we've got planned, and I don't know about you, Andy, but I've got the Christmas spirit inside me. Get him out!
Call the Ghostbusters.
He's in my butt.
But we record it. Deck the halls with bells of
Poddy.
podcast.
Podcast. Oh, okay, yeah. Anyway, we're very excited to share it with you. We can't wait to share it. 2 weeks. So get your advent calendars out. We're counting down to the 1st of December, or the first Saturday in December. Sunday. What day do we record? Sunday. It's today. Count down to the first Sunday in December. So whatever date that is, get your advent calendars marked to that now. And you can have, you know what? Have that first chocolate right now. Ooh. Pop it in your mouth. Don't bite it. Just let it melt on your tongue.
Oh.
Wait until it's covered your tongue. And now, drink a glass of orange juice.
Oh, no.
Yuck. Okay, guys. Well, we're looking forward to it anyway. Well, I just thought I'd share my Christmas cheer.
Ringo, ringo, ringo.
Can I have my Christmas cheer back?
Is that the sleigh bells of Santa?
Ringle, ringle. He's got a ring doorbell on his sleigh. Okay, bye-bye.
For real now. Bye.
Dinosaur man. Where did he come from? 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 Dinosaur.